Welcome back to Iris Channel USA. Today, I want to go back to my youth when I was a kid and we were camping with nothing. We used to make coffee pot stoves. I got this idea of doing this from a camping trip a couple of years ago where everybody broke out the jet boils and everything. And I'm like, well, that's just an old rocket stove. And everybody's like, oh yeah, they're great. They're only $125 and you can get one all over and takes a special fuel and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, well, we used to do that with $2 in a coffee can, but anyway, what do I know? So I started looking around on YouTube, and I've used these sets for years, my own personal gear. It's a little 2-cup Stanley set, and these are just great, like $15, hard to beat. But what I had done, the one that I carried when I was solo hiking, I took one of these little Nalgene bottle holders, and I discovered these little Ozark Trail cups from Walmart for $4.97. Perfectly fit right here. And I discovered that the lid from these sets right on there fits right on top. And they're vented, and it just makes for a very nice little set. So I found these little Nalgene bottle holders that will strap on to any molly gear, and you can put one of these down in there at the bottom, and they'll keep the shape. And then you drop your little kit right down in there and seal it all up. So that's what I've been doing, and I have one of these that's pretty beat up and worn out at this point, but it is insulated, so you can, if you want to keep something in there that's sealed up and warm or cold or whatever, you can for a little while. But that's kind of a neat idea. But I dug into it a little bit further, and I found out that they were making the same rocket stoves that I remembered from a kid, only a little bit different. So I thought I would make one and show you how to make one. Basically, you start out with a little utensil strainer that you get for about $4 at Walmart, and it's just cheap little stainless. You have that. Pick up 2 of these little actually this is the unmodified one, 2 of these little 58-cent tent pegs. And then what you do is you take that tent peg, because if you look at it, what you'll be doing is running them through here like this to hold your pot that you're cooking with. So what I did was carried them out to the shop and flattened them out just a little bit, so put a little hook to them. So you get 2 of those, and you put them in there like this, and when you get ready, that will hold your pot. So that's why we got those. But what I also did was cut a little hole out right here. You're actually going to have your fire inside here. And took a 5/16 bolt, a couple of nuts, wing nut, and you can now adjust it, and you've got adjustable feet. I put a washer in there, and I got the stove bolt style, the round head bolts, so it won't damage anything that you might drop in there when you're storing. Because the cool thing is, when you get done with all this, it all drops in together. And while this will no longer fit in my Nalgene bag, it will fit into a little mesh gear bag that you can carry camping with you if you want. And you can knock these loose and drop them inside your cup. But just cut out a little section there, and it's basically 3 by 3 of these little holes, and you can feed it in through there and have your little fire. So then all you really do is set these in here like this. Not wanting to cooperate much. There it is. Set that in there. Now, you can adjust these up and down from any angle you want to, and you've got some options. Now, that doesn't work real well, but if you put them up to the top, you can heat up your little cup. You can heat it up that way. But what you can also do put your little Stanley cooker in there, and put your lid on it, and heat up and boil your water. Make your hot water for your, not your MREs, but your little Mountain House meals or whatever you need to pour water into to make them, cook with them. And you can sit there and feed it through the bottom, feed your fire. And the 3 legs will help you level it out. Sometimes you need them, sometimes you don't. But you need to set it on something that'll pull air through the bottom to feed the fire and right on up through. And the nice thing on this is when you go to pack it up, drop that in there this way. And the other cool thing is these little cups here. These are kind of the standard that everybody has. This particular one is made by GSI Outdoors. But that one right there will fit down inside your little Stanley cooker. These, if you're cooking for a few people, are kind of neat. You can drop that in there. Doesn't have to be that. You can empty those. You can actually buy them empty if you go to the right place. And fill them up however you want. A little scouring pad, drops that in there. Drop the lid on top. Pull this back around there. Pull these pins out. And you can drop the whole mess down inside your cooker. And you can drop your little mounts right there. I actually took a couple of skewers, cut them down. You can use those either in place of those, or you can actually run it through here and put a little piece of meat on there, or cook it over the top and use it as a skewer. Just I'm showing some different options. But it all drops right down in there and you can seal it up. And that's what you would pack with you. And that can go into your boat pack or your car pack or whatever you want. But I did want to show you exactly what comes in this kit and what changes I made to it. I took this off, a little plastic thing. Get it exposed to too much heat, too much fire, or whatever, it'll melt. So I just cut it off. And I replaced it with a key ring. So now, if it gets too hot, you can pull it off that way, you can slide it up underneath this way, you can leave it cooking that way and then get ready, you can pull it off. All kinds of different options. Comes with your instructions, but it comes with 2 of these little cups here. And this is the original 2 from the other set. These are great little cups, but they're heavy and they're redundant. I've already got a set here that has 2 cups in it, which I don't really need but 1. So you kind of, it's up to you to pick out which one you want to go with. The most basic one, of course, would be the Ozark Trail. Seal this up, and if it's just me, and you're going to have some way to cook, that'd be great. You can also drill 2 little holes in here and put something on there to hang it over your fire. Do the same thing in this cup. And the neat thing on these, if you fight it a little bit, you can take these little handles off. And you now have that you can hang up. You know, drill a couple little holes in there, put your little, take a coat hanger from the, a metal one, obviously not a plastic one, but take that, bend it around, pop your little bail and make you a little bail, and then you can suspend it over your fire. And you can do the same thing with this, and it gives you just more options to cook. And this lid will fit on either one. This is why I said I'd go with this one over this cup most of the time, because it doesn't fit as well. It will fit down this way, but then you lose your vents. The vented option will let the steam out. But these are nice. They are lighter. They are smaller. They do fit right in there, and they don't rattle very much. and you can just put a little pack of hand wipes or something, drop right in there, and it'll take that rattle right out. But the nice thing about it is when you get it all done, that's all that you store, and the whole thing is less than 20 bucks if you buy everything, which most of this junk I had laying. I mean, I had one of these. Didn't use the one I had for the demo because it's been used quite a bit and it's black and scratched up and kind of looks like crap, but it still works. I've had it for years. The cups, a little bit, maybe not quite as worse for wear because I don't use it as much, but it's still there, still works. These little aluminum cups are cool. And they make kind of the same thing, I think, in the titanium if you really, really want to be cool. But kind of defeats the purpose to spend that much money. This one cup cost as much as the rest of this whole kit. But it's all about what you're doing, what you want to go with, and how much fun you're going to have with it. But I had fun making it. It took about 10 minutes. And we're going to try it out later in the week. I'll fire it up, start a fire from probably from a ferro rod, and start a little kindling fire, and then maybe boil some water on it and time it and see how long it takes, and we'll do a little video of that coming up in the future. But if you like what you see, want to see some more, drop us a line, hit like, subscribe, make my wife happy, and she'll make me keep doing these videos. Thank you. Have a nice evening.